It's bad. Anime.
Hey everybody, I'm John.
And I'm Rob.
And this is Bad Anime, the podcast where we decide,
Is this anime bad?
But we're not doing that today.
Well, we kind of are.
A little bit, yeah. We're actually doing that more so than we usually do that.
I was about to say, we're actually giving more opinions on anime per episode than we have yet.
This is actually pretty insane. This is 500% more animes than we usually give opinions on per episode.
Well, because, we're fastly approaching the summer season.
Yes.
I believe at the time of recording this episode, the summer season starts, not this week, but the next one.
Yeah, so pretty soon.
We're coming up on the summer season, and, there was a lot of titles that made me raise an eyebrow for several reasons.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking about it, all these have trailers out, so we said, screw it, let's just watch a couple trailers, give some thoughts, and what we're going to decide today for the 2022 season, does it in and of itself look bad?
Yes.
We're going to answer that question today.
We decided to do a little special thing because I feel like every once in a while we release some episodes and we're like, oh man, there are so many dumb things coming in the summer season, or like the winter season, or whatever season it is.
Whatever season we're coming up on, yeah.
So we decided to do this little seasonal episode.
Yeah,
this is the first one of them.
Yeah, then we're probably going to do this every anime season going forward.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a new thing for us.
It's good to watch all these trailers because trailers are something that I recently got into for anime specifically.
Right.
And you may have had a little something to do with that.
I might have had a hand in that.
Yes. Because I've seen like these trailers that you sent me, and I'm like, you know what? I don't know how to think about these shows.
That's the thing. Because they give you just enough of a taste to get what the general theme could be. But today I want to kind of go in very cold on almost all of these.
Great. I love it.
Some of them, I'll give context if necessary. We have, so what I did, I just grabbed 5, excuse me, hooray, tequila.
Oh, tequila.
I just grabbed trailers from 5 random upcoming series. Some of these are completely original for this season.
Mm-hmm.
One is either a sequel or a reboot. I'm not sure. One of them is a straight up sequel to something we've seen before.
Interesting.
And one of them is a fucking sequel to something I've seen before.
Oh.
It's something I adore, but we'll get to these in whatever order I decide.
Yeah, sure.
So I just got them up on my phone right now.
Just for namesakes, to let everybody know who's watching, what are the names of the shows?
Well, we got a couple. I'm going to go with the English titles. Actually, some of these Japanese titles don't look too bad. Never mind. So I'm just going to go with the English titles for now.
Very good.
Until I get my my Nihongo chops back up to snuff.
Ooh.
So the first show I got queued up here is Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer.
Sounds promising.
Honestly, that one I might have picked purely for the name. But all the
Biscuit Hammer
and the Biscuit Hammer, all the tags, action, fantasy, sci-fi, seinen, which means more adult in nature, and supernatural. So it's a lot of stuff, a lot of words that mean things that I like. So I'm looking at that one. That could be interesting. I just picked that one randomly.
All right.
Next, we have an isekai.
Oh, good. Oh, yay. Back at it with the isekai.
Going back to the well, there's a few new isekais coming out this season. Not too many, not as much as last summer. My God.
Oh, yeah.
But this one is Isekai Oji-san, or Uncle from Another World. And this one's airing exclusively on Netflix, of all places.
I don't know why I thought that was going to end up as Uncle from Another Mother. I don't know why I thought that was going to be the end of that, but Uncle from Another World. So intergalactic uncle, very fun.
Well, no, this is meaning like the fantasy world. So this is like this one looks like a premise of a guy from our world going to a fantasy world, and then it looks like coming back. We'll watch the trailer to figure out what the hell that is.
Okay.
And this next one, I was gonna originally try to keep it to original stuff for this trailer list, but some of these just fascinated me. One of them being either the second season or a reboot of The Devil is a Part-Timer.
Oh.
Because the original anime for this show, I believe, came out like 11 years ago.
Yeah.
And they're just making another season now.
Yes.
But it has the same title as the first one. So I don't know if it's a sequel
or like a complete revamp of the
original show.
Makes
I have
sense.
no freaking idea. I saw one episode of the first show probably around the time it aired, so I have no fucking idea what we're getting into here.
Cool.
The next one is just the second season of Love Live Superstar, because I don't care.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're going to talk about the show till I die.
And you can't stop us. You cannot stop us.
I'm probably never going to finish the first season, but I was just so delighted and charmed and happy.
It's just a lovely show in every single way, and when they sing, I get very happy. It's very nice.
It's very nice.
And then that was, what was that, 4? And then we got one more after that?
Yeah, and I'm hoping that Love Live actually has a real trailer out instead of just like a kind of bland pile of nothing. I might have screwed up there. Who cares?
Yeah, whatever.
Next is it's not a sequel to an anime. It's a sequel to a live action series. We've got Fuuto PI, which is a sequel to Kamen Rider W, which I'm still trying to fucking understand why they're making this. Hold on.
Oh, I see a figure coming out.
Yeah, no, I fucking build these figures in my spare time because it's fun. And so it's a sequel to Kamen Rider W, came out in 2011. Apparently, they've been doing a sequel manga for several years.
Oh.
And they said, fuck it, we'll animate the manga.
So it's an anime sequel.
Yeah, it's an anime sequel.
Interesting.
That's an adaptation of a manga sequel to a live action show.
Whoa.
So I'm just really confused. I'm very excited because I love fucking W.
That's interesting.
There's model kits behind you. You can see W's face.
Oh my God, you're right.
There's a lot of W over
wow,
there.
you really like him.
I fucking love Kamen Rider
That's the
W.
one for sure.
He's probably one of my favorite riders. He's technically two people. You'll see it in the trailer.
Pretty cool.
So we have a few different trailers to get to. So let's just start banging them out.
Yeah. And sorry, just to remind me, what was the first one again?
The first one is how can you forget?
Something about a biscuit and Lucifer and
Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer.
Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through each of these trailers. We're going to watch one, then we're going to talk about that. And we're going to watch another, then we're going to talk about that one. All 5 of them.
Yep.
And the first one is going to be this one.
Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer. I have no idea what this is going to be. Let's just dive right in.
Let's check it out.
It's bad.
Okay, so the best part about this trailer was that we didn't have any subtitles.
But the thing is, that affected the first couple seconds, but then their giant fucking hammer hit the earth, and I think a lot of our questions might have been answered.
And nothing fucking mattered anymore after that, because this was there was a lot going on. There was a lizard guy. The trailer opens up with a lizard talking about something.
Yeah, like a salamander lizard thing.
Some kind of thing like that. It's gray and brown. I don't know.
Yeah, talking to a couple kids. One is like it looks like a female child, and the other one's like a slightly older, like maybe like a teenage older brother type
yeah,
figure.
it's kind of like a bookworm, it seems.
Bookworm, that's what. Yeah, and the other one's maybe sporty and sassy. I don't know
He
yet.
kind of looks like when you're in Pokemon, when you're in maybe in the Kanto region, he looks like Pokefan number 1 or 2 or something.
Look like Pokefan.
He's like half Slowpoke, and he's in his like little Slowpoke cosplay.
You're getting cutting pretty deep here, man.
It's kind of cute.
A little bit. So, it's funny because I have a lot of questions, but at the same time, I want none of them answered.
Yes, I agree.
Because what it seemed like is the salamander was trying to warn people about this giant hammer that hit the earth, and it looked like a gavel.
It did look like a big fucking gavel, and I guess that must be none other than the Biscuit Hammer.
That's Biscuit Hammer.
I would guess.
That sounds like a euphemism. Anyway.
It really does.
It really does sound like a euphemism now that I'm thinking about it. But yeah, this giant gavel, this giant ugly CGI gavel smacked the earth, and it turned a lot of the sky orange. And so now these kid protagonists are fighting a bunch of weird monsters.
Yeah, and it kind of gave me like oh man, I was thinking back to it's like a really popular show, but I can't remember the name. It's like damn it, I'm gonna be so mad that I can't remember the name of this show.
I'm trying to think of where you're coming with.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen, where there are these giant like demon things coming out, and they gotta fight them. And I would only imagine that the Lucifer, as mentioned in the title, is the lizard thing.
I hope so.
That's on that bookworm guy's shoulder the entire time. I imagine he's kind of like helping them fight these demons.
So is the guy the Biscuit Hammer.
He might be. That's a great pro wrestling name.
Biscuit Hammer.
Biscuit Hammer.
Oh God.
But either way, it seems to me like this small lizard, who may be the devil, is trying to help these 2 children
Save the earth from the Biscuit Hammer.
But it seems so interesting because, this may just be a no subtitles thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like you have that lizard telling them how to destroy these other monsters, but then you also have this big hammer, and I just haven't understood the correlation yet.
I'm still trying to figure this out.
It seems like 2 different shows. One is like, okay, let's beat all these demons that coming out, like of the hells of the fire of the hell of Lucifer,
Yeah.
and also let's prevent an entire worldwide tragedy from happening when a giant hammer crashes into our world. So it's a little bit of both. I'm not sure where it connects. Will we be watching it for the show?
At this rate, I'd say probably.
It looks fucking stupid. So I mean, we're gonna have to do
I
it.
think we're gonna give this the old 3-episode rule and see where it goes.
Yeah.
So I'm a little excited about Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer.
Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer.
That's the only thing we're gonna remember today.
I'm so confused about it, but
I'm excited.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. I feel good.
Well, speaking of confused, I was confused about this title a little bit, so I'm very
Okay.
excited to see what's coming up here.
Oh yeah, let's get into it.
Right here we have in the Japanese title is Isekai Oji-san, which means uncle from another world.
Okay.
So it's about an uncle in another world. If you watch Isekai, you have some idea what's going on here.
Yeah.
So it's an Isekai trailer. Let's give it a go.
Show me that uncle, baby.
It's bad.
Oh, okay.
Okay, the song that played in the middle of that was a banger.
It was kind of a banger.
Yeah, and they actually have the full opening on YouTube, and I assume that's the opening song right there. So we might have to watch this independently of this episode. But anyway, I gleaned a little bit from the dialogue. Yeah, my knowledge of Japanese comes back at weird times, especially after alcohol is in my body.
Oh, good.
So from what I could gather, this show was about this old dude who was in an isekai world, but recently returned. I think he said something about 3 years ago I came back.
Oh.
If I heard that correctly. But anyway, the interesting thing here is apparently this other fantasy world he went to was a world populated by Sega characters.
Which is, okay, that is really funny because Sega apparently had a hand in making this show.
Or at least there's Sega products everywhere.
They actually and it
official
wasn't
branding.
even a non-official branding. They had Sonic.
Sonic was in there. They had
Sonic the Hedgehog was playing on a TV.
They had the Sega Genesis right there, boxed, in full display to show off to all the people who are interested in the show. What? Okay, cool.
I don't understand. But the uncle, so it seems like, as you said, the uncle got back from this isekai world that he lived in.
Yeah,
when he was fighting dragons and boning elves
yeah,
and shit.
And it looks like he was telling his nephew about the experience, and the nephew's like, what the fuck did you do?
I feel like this is kind of like a How I Met Your Mother scenario.
Exactly.
Where it's just the uncle saying oh, back in the isekai world, I was fighting a dragon.
I was fighting dragons.
I would love at the end of the show if they zoom out and he's just at a mental institution.
Oh my
God.
God.
Oh, that would be good. That's some Catcher in the Rye ending.
That's a good ending right there.
Yeah. But wow, impressions. What are your first impressions on this?
I mean, it doesn't look entirely too high budget. It looks it actually looks a little rougher looking than a lot of modern animes.
It does look a little rough.
But the thing is, Sega got involved, and it's going to be airing on Netflix. So clearly, there's someone who believes in this show.
I gotta say, I liked the editing.
Yeah.
I liked how it was edited. I like how things looked.
Yes.
Specifically because every time they went to an isekai world, it looks like you were watching it on an old TV.
That was cool.
Which is pretty cool.
Much like a Sega console. So that was a
Exactly.
nice touch.
It had that old JVC TV kind of look
Yes,
to it,
yes.
with the big back TV. So that was pretty interesting. And
That was
just
nice.
the uncle just seems like an interesting character. I feel like
Yes.
when we talked about this show, I was like, I don't know what to feel about this. But in the first minute after seeing this trailer, I was like, yeah, I'd kiss that uncle.
I would, if that uncle wanted to diddle me, I might go places.
He seems like he's been through a lot of
I
experiences.
shouldn't have said what I just said.
You probably shouldn't. But that's okay.
That's okay. It's not like those words were recorded forever. Oh no!
Oh no! Wait, and this is once again called Uncle from Another World?
Yeah.
It's honestly, it doesn't look too bad.
It looks okay.
It looks like I'd give it a watch. It's definitely not nearly the stupidity factor that the first one was about the biscuit and the hammer, but it does seem just dumb enough for me to enjoy for a little bit.
It seems like the thing you and I would pick up for an episode or two, really enjoy, but then completely forget about.
Yeah, probably. Exactly. It seems 100% that way to me too.
So I'd say I'm marginally excited for this.
Yeah.
I'd say let's
Like
give
a
it
4 out of 10, I'd say.
I'm leaning more towards a 5.
pretty
More
good.
dead in the middle.
Pretty
dead in
good.
the middle. So if you're up for it, I'd say let's give this one a 3-episode rule.
We could also do that. I think, we're giving the biscuit a 3-episode rule. So this one, I think it could get it. As a new anime that's coming out, we need some new blood,
It's not going to get as much as the biscuit, but
No, it will not get the biscuit. You know what they say, you got to risk it to get the biscuit.
So speaking of food, this next one involves food because it involves a demon lord who goes to work at a McDonald's stand-in. I love anime sometimes. This is the reboot, sequel, whatever, to The Devil is a Part-Timer. And you know what? Let's just click play on this trailer and see what this is.
Japan.
It's bad.
Okay.
So we're in sequel territory.
Yeah.
But it's weird because, again, this show came out 11 years ago. So it's going to be banking on you watching a show from 11 years ago. which is a lot considering how many anime come out every single season.
And this seems to be it's going to be on Crunchyroll. It looks like.
Yes.
We found the trailer from Crunchyroll Brazil actually. Yes. So we got Portuguese subtitles this time. So a little plus. You know, not
it's a little bonus. Yeah.
Not there yet, but you know, we got
there.
a little something this time.
Yep.
Yeah. So as somebody that hasn't even seen the first part of this,
Yeah.
It seems fun. I don't know. It seems kind of interesting because it's kind of like that slice of life-y kind of deal.
Definitely slice of life.
But they also bring in like the devils, the angels, all that shit going on. There's a lot of lightning. Somebody like had a bird or some shit.
Yeah, it looks like a nice tame version of something like a high school DxD, where it's
Yes.
about angels and devils trying to coexist in this world. And it looks like our devil main character and an angel character had a kid, and the kid seems adorable, so that's a plus. It seems like it's almost like a family just romp.
Yeah, it does seem kind of like just like a fun sitcom-y kind of thing,
Exactly.
but like that happens to include heaven and hell imagery.
That's a very interesting mix. And you know what? Who knows where the hell this one's gonna go?
Have you seen the first season of Devil as a Part-Timer?
I saw the first episode.
The first episode. Oh,
Yeah, so many moons ago.
wow. I mean, it did come out 11 years ago.
So I don't remember anything.
That's true.
I remember one scene where they were trying to make French fries, but the problem was like the fryer wasn't working, and so the guy debated with himself: do I use my devil magic to heat up the oil? And he did, and then the episode ends with someone catching him. It's like, so this is where you've been, demon lord, and he's just there with the McDonald's hat.
See, this is
That's
always
the only
something-
thing I remember.
This is always something I think of whenever I have an issue in my life. Do I use my devil magic?
Do I use my demon
Do I
powers
use
to
my-
bend reality to my whim?
Do I use my devil magic to heat the fries up and make them warm again? It's kind of like when Prince Zuko and Uncle Iroh were hiding in Ba Sing Se.
That's exactly
And they
that
made
plot.
they
Yeah.
made a tea shop, and then they were heating up tea with their firebending, and everyone was like, "Oh, they're firebenders because they can make tea real nice." I'm like, but if it's just really good tea,
Stop making me want to watch this show. I originally was thinking, I'm good, but now you keep bringing up allusions to Avatar: The Last Airbender.
It
I'm
looks
like,
kind of good.
all right.
It looks kind of good through that lens.
You are smiling right now. You are beaming, sir.
Honestly, I don't know if I jump right into this because I definitely need to sink my teeth into the first part.
Yeah.
Or the first season or whatnot. But
Right.
I don't know. Maybe we could do something on that. But to be honest, it just seems too fun. It
just
like
seems-
too good. Like I think we're gonna watch it and just have the same kind of thing as Love Live Superstar.
Speaking of Love Live Superstar, it is time to watch the trailer for the second season. We keep trying to talk about this show, but there's too little to make fun of. It's just a very pleasant story about high school girls singing, dancing, and
Just
following
very
their
nice.
dreams.
And we also neither of us finished the first season.
No, you got like 3 or 4 episodes in. I
Yeah.
got like 10 episodes in.
I got a little in, and I was like, this is really good, and the songs are all really good. We can't waste our time with this.
No, I still bump the soundtrack hard in
The
my car.
soundtrack is pretty stellar.
Though it's amazing, and every episode you get a new song, which is probably why I'm going to watch a couple episodes of this season so I can get some new bangers.
They could make a whole J-pop band out of this.
They did.
They did?
Yeah, all the voice actresses are in a band.
Business and Japan.
Yep, they've done this a lot with various different animes about singing groups where they'll just actually make a real group.
Wow, that is incredible. With that
said, let's take a look.
Ado,
Let's see what this is.
Love Live Superstar Season 2.
Season freaking 2, baby.
It's bad.
Love Aliva
Superstar!
It was great.
Oh god, it's
great.
more of the same.
It
If you saw the first season, you're gonna get the same fucking thing
If it
here.
ain't broke, don't fix it, baby.
Yeah, it looks like they're just gonna add new girls.
Oh god.
It looks like they have a cute little scene of Countdown freaking out because no one wants to join the group. But then, sure enough, it looks like we're gonna get 4 new girls.
Yeah, 4 new members for their group, which is pretty cool. I mean, even like from the first season, I think this show just has the charm. You know,
It just charm.
It does, and it's just a bunch of ladies just singing their hearts out, trying to be school idols.
Yep.
You know,
School idol.
school idol.
I remember we talked about it before, the drinking game, where you said if you drank every time they said school idol, you'd be in a bus.
Oh yeah, the bus is an ambulance.
Yeah.
No, but this trailer, I honestly didn't get anything from this other than like, oh wow, I'm seeing my favorite characters again.
Yeah, you started smiling immediately, and your smile didn't fade. I was trying to listen to pick apart my limited Japanese ability, trying to pick apart some plot details. So you were just smiling.
I was just happy. I was just happy to see it. You know what I was bummed about in this trailer? Even though it is like 57 seconds, essentially,
Yeah.
this trailer.
Yeah.
No song previews.
No song previews. That's a great point.
I was very sad about this. They had background music, but it just sounded like the background music in any Kirby game.
Exactly. That is so true. So no previews on the songs, but you don't want to preview too much because the songs are what drive people to watch the show.
You're right.
That's why I got through 10 episodes, just because every song was new and exciting and awesome.
You're right. And
So-
it comes out the 17th of July.
Yep. It looks like we're going to have some fun.
That's very exciting.
We're-
And you know what? I'm not even excited to watch the show. I'm excited for the soundtrack.
Yeah, me too.
For the season 2 soundtrack, because the season 1 soundtrack just goes. It just bumps.
It just rips. It is. They incorporate a lot of elements of contemporary pop. They even have one that's rap inspired, and it's really good.
That's amazing.
It's just a great sounding freaking show.
See, it's so funny because I haven't even finished the first season, but it's a show that I support so much.
That's the thing. I completely support the show's existence because every episode was just charming and fun. You have to be in the right mindset to watch it.
Definitely do.
You know, some people would look at me with 17 heads now because I keep talking about my misery index, and this is the opposite of that. Sometimes you need something so far removed from that where it comes out the other side and it's just pure unrelenting joy.
Exactly. And this has that. It has like a couple conflicts, obviously, but the conflicts are always like, oh no, there's a new girl. I hope she doesn't out-sing me.
Well, the confidence was actually, I like the conflict because a lot of it had to do with the girl's confidence.
Yes,
'Cause
exactly.
Our main character, Kanon, had a hard time just sort of being confident singing in front of people. The blonde girl who was annoying and kept saying Galaxy.
Yeah,
every
she
10
does
minutes.
say Galaxy every time.
10 minutes. I loved her story arc where she kept bitching about, I'm not the center, I'm not the center, I'm not the center. Then they give her the center spot and she can't handle the pressure.
Yeah.
And then the one with the white hair with the balls on the end of it,
Yep.
she's like, oh, you talk a big game, but you can never handle being a center. You're a background character. She said that to be a bitch, but also to motivate her. So this show had like story arcs that they weren't trite.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
You're right.
And then even ones that were a little basic, they come at it at interesting angles.
Everyone was
I'm
dealing with
really
their own
praising a
stuff.
show I haven't finished.
And then my favorite one is, I can't remember her name. She's the Chinese exchange student in the show.
Oh yeah, Cuckoo.
Cuckoo, and she's just fun.
Yeah,
she's a ball.
I remember
of fun.
you told me at the beginning you were like she was really annoying for the first 15 minutes, but then the rest of the season she was my favorite character.
She's kind of that friend that just keeps saying the same joke over and over again, and then like by the third time you're like, it's not funny anymore, and then by the 15th time you're like, now it's funny.
She's essentially the Monty Python brand of humor.
Very Monty Python. Yes, absolutely.
So I am very happy.
It's like, I'm not even gonna watch it, but I'm so excited for other people to watch it.
I'm excited. I can't wait to meet someone who's watched the entire thing.
Yes, and I want them to tell me everything about it.
I do too, or just pull me to the soundtrack.
Yeah, that's
Best-
fine too.
Best songs on the soundtrack. So generally speaking, excited for the show existing.
Yes.
Might not watch it, but I'm just so excited for the show existing.
Me too.
And the next show we're watching, because fuck you.
Yay!
And, sorry, that was coming on.
I
real.
was just gonna ask what the last trailer of the day is.
The last trailer is again, I mentioned this in the beginning of the show. It's the fucking anime sequel to Kamen Rider W. We're finally gonna watch the trailer for Fuuto PI.
Fuuto PI.
Yeah, Fuuto is the windy city that our hero Kamen Rider W protects.
Chicago.
Yeah, except it looks nothing like Chicago. I think this one actually might have English subtitles.
Oh, a treat.
Oh my god, this is amazing.
Let's check it out.
Let's check it out.
It's bad.
Okay, you were in from the credits.
Yes. Very much so.
Flashing, and you go, oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm wildly excited for this one. I am not going to try to remotely hide it because this is a very fun way to me to point at something I've already loved and say, hey, anime fans, check out this thing you might like.
Yes. What I liked about this one, it's funny because it's the only one that we got English subtitles for, and it was the least dialogue heavy by far.
Oh, by far, you didn't even need the subtitles.
There wasn't even words.
No.
There weren't even words. They just kind of played some music, some very catchy music, honestly.
Yeah, it's not the same music from the show, but it is a very similar style to like that kind of. I can play some songs later from it. Like I don't know how you want to describe that music, but
It's like jazzy almost.
it's kind of like a jazzy pop.
like very like bebop.
Yeah, kind of like that
bebop.
Japanese kind of jazzy anime pop.
Yes,
Well, Japanese pop
exactly.
is jazzier than most,
Yes.
so it's kind of like that cool Japanese kind of jazz pop, and it's the characters I know and adore about to have an animated adventure.
It seems very fun. I like how even to like a noob like me, they were like, I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. They were like, oh, we're two detectives in one. And I was like, oh, so it's the same guy, but he's got two?
What it is because it's two guys who form each half of Kamen Rider Double.
Oh.
So look to your left. Yes, you see how that particular double is one half is red, the other half is silver.
Ah.
Basically, they fuse into one body, and Shotaro controls the left side. while Philip controls the right side. So that's how they.
How are you gonna name someone Shotaro and the other one Phil?
I don't know. Philip, I guess.
Philip.
I fucking love Philip and Shotaro. They are my boys. And it was just a damn good writer series. As someone who fucking loves this show and the format of this show, I'm really pumped for it to get an anime adaptation and for anime fans to go, oh, what is all this live action nonsense?
I dug this trailer. I think it was more like thankfully I don't know, it gave me more of a feel of like it's just like a straight up detective show.
Yeah.
But like, he's also like Kamen Rider, right? Obviously.
Well, yeah, but it's funny because they only showed a couple hints of it where
Yes.
they showed the bike.
Yes, they bike.
And it's the same bike. It's the same exact bike from the series with the black half and the green half because the predominant colors of Double are black and green. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This one's all black, but that's Kamen Rider Joker.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, Joker's my fave.
That's pretty sick. Wait. So,
Yeah.
this show, when is this coming out?
This one's coming out a little later. This one's actually coming out in August.
Oh, so we got time for this one.
We got time for this one.
I know we're not allowed to skip it.
No.
We have to watch it.
We have to watch the first 3 episodes and go from there.
And then go from there.
Yes, 'cause
at least we're giving it a 3-episode rule. I think this is one of those like occasions where it looks like a good show, and honestly, it was probably my favorite trailer out of the 5 that we watched today, anyways.
Yeah,
because I think like. This is something we could even like break down like more on these like seasonal episodes. But when talking about just like what makes a good trailer, it's not even about the subtitle issue. I think it was just about like less dialogue, more like show don't tell. Show don't tell.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's the core rule here.
And maybe like one or a few things to just like set things up.
You set the tone.
But at the same time, like I much prefer a giant biscuit hammer plummeting into the Earth's atmosphere rather than I do like 6 minutes of dialogue.
Exactly. So this one was captivating because it got everything across it needed to, the music, the art style, and what you're going to be seeing a lot of. So yeah, now even for someone like me, objectively, if I approach it like I don't know these characters, because they really gave very minimal introductions to the characters.
Yeah, barely any.
But they gave you all the points you needed. Shotaro's the one with the cool hat.
Yeah.
And Philip is the one with the book. That's all you really
Philip
need
has
to.
green hair too.
He didn't have that in the original show, but it makes sense for this.
Fun.
It's anime.
Yeah, it's anime.
It spices things up a little bit.
It's the
I
spice of life.
almost said sprices things up, which wouldn't have been correct.
It sprites things up.
Yep. Oh my goodness! But that was the trailer for Fuuto PI. We just got through 5 trailers.
We did
for summer 2022.
Pretty cool. I think it was a nice range because we had the beginning 2 were like more along like it could be bad.
It could be bad.
Shitty.
Yeah.
And then as we kind of went, I was like, oh, I'm liking this, and I'm loving Love Live Superstar.
Exactly, and I like this,
and I'm liking this.
Yeah. So we got a lot of good in here.
Yeah, I think so. And I think for anybody watching these trailers or anybody anticipated for the summer season, let us know what you're most anticipated about.
Yeah.
And it could either be like a show that you're really excited to see or a show that you don't want to watch at all because it looks horrible.
Yeah.
So that we can watch it for you.
Yeah, but we will be happy to help out in that regard. But honestly, when it comes to summer 2022, what do you think?
I think from the trailers that we've chosen today, this season looks kind of it looks pretty dynamic. Because when you think about like the first one is kind of like a mythical fantasy thing.
Yeah.
Second one is like an isekai. You've got Devil as a Part-Timer, which is, I guess, is that also an isekai?
It's a reverse isekai.
It's a reverse isekai. Then you got Love Live, and then this last one is like a more of a detective series. So I think you got a little bit of everything.
That's kind of why
a lot of fantasy focus, at least in the first 3.
That's where anime is right now.
Yeah,
a heavy fantasy focus in anime in general. There's a couple of sports. There's 1 or 2 sports anime coming out this year. Not a whole ton, but we shall see where this season goes. And I'm very excited. Generally speaking, I don't think this season looks bad. I think we got a good. I think we got a good middle ground of season.
Seems like a decent crop of shows. At least enough for us to really sink our teeth into and give you a couple 3-episode rules out of it.
Just sink our teeth and get in raw and go.
Yes, great. I think we need to go.
I think we got to start our day.
But thanks for listening, everybody. Enjoy the summer season, and we will be right there with you the whole time.
And as the season goes on, we'll give you some thoughts on some of these shows.
Bye-bye.
Later.
It's bad.
Wow, oh my god, what a rousing podcast of anime conversation. Am I right, my compares? Am I right, my weebdom? Anywho, yeah, you can send us a message if you want. Did you like this podcast? Did you hate this podcast? Do you want to kill me? Do you want to drench me in Calaxosaur blood and watch me drink it? That's fine. Just send us an email at badanimepod@gmail.com or DM us on our Instagram at badanimepod, all one word. You can also find us on YouTube as Bad Anime, and you can leave a comment on whatever video you want to leave a comment on. We'll read them all anyways. We don't care. I love you. Kiss, kiss.
In your ear. Podcast Network.